Mr. Buttons.
Brooklyn, stand up.
Yes. Brooklyn stand-up is amazing.
Anthony.
Yes.
What it do, man?
Not much. I see your picture.
Here we are.
Hey,
Once
back at it again.
back at it again. Twice this week. We got a
Yes.
third one coming this week.
Yes. I'm still debating. Do we want to do it on Friday or do it Saturday after everything's done for you and watch Mark Hunt versus Alex Olensky? Ezekiel everywhere.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to lay on your back and throw Ezekiel's in there. You're like, oh, you're in the mount? That's real sweet. Eat this Ezekiel, dog.
He's like, Mark Hunt's neck is too big.
Mark Hunt.
Mark Hunt. Mark Hunt's neck is too big and too fat.
I mean, if it's thick,
He's got no neck.
you might not be able to wrap around it.
He's team I Wish I Had a Neck Foundation. He's part of the I Wish I Had a Neck
Neck violation.
No, Neck Foundation. I wish I had Neck Foundation. I'm a part of it too. I'm a member.
Anthony,
Yes.
hit the motherfucking music.
And then you hit the button that goes.
Yes. Episode 98. So close to the triple digits. So close to the century. It's your boy, Keebler.
It's me, Anthony.
Love and Choke Jiu-Jitsu, located in the motherfucking powerful CLE. We're here to deliver another podcast for you this week. Why, Anthony?
Cuz I have to leave.
Because we love them, Anthony.
Oh,
God damn it. Yeah, because Anthony's a busy motherfucker.
yeah.
And because people that pay Anthony, you know, because I don't, people that pay Anthony are like, Anthony, you got to go over here to get this motherfucking money.
Yep.
So Anthony does that. But when they leave, he be talking again. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
Anthony,
Yes.
get right into it, dog. So,
Hey,
how was your day?
my day, it was really good actually. I started looking into the BJJ wrestling thing. Like that DVD.
So there was a clip that somebody posted in our private group.
That and it was also on Reddit too.
So I haven't looked at it yet. Is it dope?
Seems pretty dope. Like it seems like it breaks down like everything, like footwork drills, like
Ooh.
yeah, like it give you like it's like, hey, this is how you should keep your stance. This is how that. So like it gets really deep. Like, oh, you want to grab it, take an arm. Here are some step-by-step basics.
Cool.
Yeah, so it breaks down, but like but then it's gonna conflict with the new school wrestling though a little bit.
It conflict with it?
I think it's gonna conflict with a little bit because it seems like you can tell it was like older. It's an older video series,
Okay.
so it might conflict with some of the new school stuff.
Conflict.
Yeah, conflict.
Yeah, we're saying it with fucked up syllables.
Syllables
Our syllables are fucked up.
is fucked. But
But yeah, I'll check that out. Randall
Yeah.
mentioned it. Another one of my students mentioned it and was like, oh, did you check that out yet? And I was like, nah.
yeah,
I was busy on the mat with actual college elite wrestlers.
there you go.
But I'm definitely down to check out that information.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, I learned so much every time I step onto that mat.
Mm-hmm.
Spending time with people at the top level of their game. I mean, there's nothing better than that.
Yeah,
You know? And the fact that it's literally so conveniently placed in terms of it's in my neighborhood.
yeah.
You know?
Like it's like what 10-minute drive for you.
Like for jiu-jitsu,
Mm-hmm.
you got to basically be in San Diego, New York, Miami. Apparently, for wrestling, all you have to do is be in my house.
Yeah, just
And you can go around the corner and learn from some of the toughest guys in this country.
just show
And
up.
it's sick, man.
It's like, hey, can you teach
I'm
me
learning
stuff?
so much cool shit.
Sounds like it. So everything every day for the class, he comes up with something new. Hey guys, let me show you this. I just learned today from this guy who is could be a D1 national champion, but he's got some stuff going on. That's all it is. That's all it is. He's got some stuff going on. Everybody has life issues. I have my own life issues. So
Life issues.
life issues.
So yeah, this morning, man,
Mm-hmm.
this morning was fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Yes, because I had to change one of my training sessions that normally is a noon session
Mm-hmm.
to a 9 a.m. session. And at 9:15, that's normally when I lift.
Right.
So I'm like, fuck. I reach out to my homie Matt, my trainer, and I'm like, can I come in at 6:45? He's like, sure, bro. Like,
It's like whatever.
awesome.
And you did. And you're like, boom.
So I went in there at 6:45. and I did the devil's work. And then at 9 o'clock, I got training in and did some teaching and some training and learned a lot.
Yeah.
It was very good. But what I'm really thinking, though,
Mm-hmm.
that might be the new time slot for me.
What, 6:45?
6:45. Because it gives me the opportunity to come home and take some form of a nap.
Yeah.
Because I had energy at the end of class tonight.
Yeah.
And I had energy at the end of class on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that both of those things had in common were I took an afternoon nap. And I think when I train early, it gives me a more comfortable gap of time in which to take that nap.
Yeah.
And so I got to start valuing that recovery
Yeah.
because I undervalue it. And then I suffer for it at the end. I'm like dragging at the end. I'm like surviving on caffeine alone. That's not the way to do it.
Yeah. No, it's a bad habit to get into. But yeah, you look like you were just like, whoa, hey again, you guys want to just do a little move around a little bit?
I had fun, man.
Yeah.
I had fun. Like when I was demonstrating that guard pass and then Eugene tried to get to his knees
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, no. No, no. Your dog fight my Uchimata from my knee.
There you go.
Suck it. Lay on your back and take this negative pass.
There you go.
But yeah,
Pass
I'm just
on.
having so much fun training and rolling and like, man, we said it on the last podcast, but I truly do feel free.
Yeah.
I don't feel bound by any obligation or any expectation. I feel free out there. I feel very creative and open. It's fun, man. Like, it's like I'm falling in love with jiu-jitsu again.
Blasphemy.
What?
You're supposed to always be in love with jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is your only love.
Jiu-jitsu is not my only love.
No, I know. That's a silly thing to say. But that's awesome, though, that you're like kind of like, hey, I'm like getting into super dope positions now, and I'm going to just kind of play around and figure it out and just not care what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. But then he's like, hey, guys. But, I say that on the podcast, but then in my head, I'm like, hey, I'm going to fuck you guys up. Where you at?
No, I mean it both ways.
I'm taking that $1,000, put it in my pocket, and making it rain. I was like,
No.
no.
Oh, look. I want to kill everyone,
Right.
and I don't care.
Yeah.
Both of those things are equally fucking true, I swear to God.
He wants to throw a grand in your face, but he also doesn't care.
Correct.
Yeah, I get it.
Like, to overvalue either one, I feel like would be super reckless and would lead me down a dangerous path.
It'd take you back to one or two ways you don't want to go.
You know?
Yeah.
I have to have both. You have to want to kill them enough to work hard.
Yeah.
And you have to not care enough that you'll enter and you'll fight anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I was called a stiff old man. It's like, they're like...
Who called you this?
Ish. It's just like this. He's like, when Anthony put his hand on my shoulder, it's like he's like a dad that's about to like give you like a sturdy handshake. It's like,
Hey, buddy.
hey, buddy. It's like, grab
Proud
my-
of ya.
I'm proud of you. He's like, easy, Pops, easy. He's like, thanks, man.
That's one of those weird phrases that I try not to say.
What?
I'm proud of you.
Proud of you. There's a few other ones you try not to say. We talked about that today.
What
I
else?
said nothing in terms of butthole. Like, you're not describing a butthole unless it's a butthole. You can't say dumper.
Well, it's not that you can't make a reference to a butthole.
But you can't say the word. You can't say dumper.
No, it's not. It's more complicated than that. That's just a part of it.
You can't say it seriously.
I don't like references to a woman's ass.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about like
The hole.
the anus.
Yes.
I don't like when people make references to a woman's ass that also make references to feces. That doesn't fly with me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
So, like, I've heard a man in real life say, check out the turd cutter on her. And I've never been more disgusted in my life. Like, I thought about killing that dude. I was like, and it wasn't like, respect her.
it's just like
It wasn't that.
Yeah.
It was like,
Oh man.
why are those things linked in your mind sexually? And now, what a fucking asshole I am for being judgmental, right?
I
Because,
guess even you have a line.
well, in a lot of ways, my line is way past that.
Yeah, it is, but it's
But
not.
that's part of my line.
Yeah.
Like, scatological shit,
Yeah.
no pun intended,
No. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
isn't okay with me on any level.
That's very understandable. I'm not a big I don't like the idea of poop, but I like saying funny words like that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, like fudge cutter, like that makes me giggle.
See?
Yeah, see, like I get it. It's just like because it's like I just don't think about it like that. I'm like,
No.
oh, mm.
How about no? How about a world of no? Or like I was watching a porno and she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take it in my shithole," and I was like, "And X this page out.
Is that
We're gonna have to search for another thing."
Is that really all it takes? Is just like poop references and it's over?
I'm not into it, man.
That's so
like-
funny.
Like, look, I'm at the stage where if I were in bed with a woman and she was like, "Fill up my shithole," I'd be like, fill up your car with your body. Get out of my house. Go home. You're out of here.
I'm so happy. Well, I don't know if this is true, but I can only imagine what poor girl that like if you ever had to have like anal sex in high school with a girl, I can only imagine what poor girl you had to
Wait,
do.
slow up.
Yeah.
Anal sex in high school?
Yeah.
Look, dog, I'm almost 40 years old.
Right.
Nobody was fucking each other in the ass
Okay.
when I was a kid.
That's fair.
This is new.
All right. So if
This
you
is since you motherfuckers had porn in your phone, in your back pocket, and in your palm everywhere you went.
pretty much since we were able to send tits pics.
Y'all are at a different level.
If you were born in this generation.
Like, we had sex.
Yeah, but that was it.
But there was no anal.
Right.
Unless, like, she was severely sexually abused.
Right. That's fair.
And probably so was he.
Yeah, that's fair too.
Like, that just wasn't happening.
Okay. Well, I'm saying that it's a poor. If we had to transplant you, said, all right, Darren of this era, move him to the Darren of this era, and now he's in high school, and like, hey, you want to have butt sex? I would feel terrible for that girl because that'd be on some level you'd be still young and naive, and at some level she would be young and naive, and she probably would not clean up properly, and you'd be like,
I think I would still be smart enough to have done the research like I did when I was in my 20s.
okay,
Like, when you're going to do something that you know is weird
yeah,
and could have some real drawbacks,
yeah,
do a little research.
yeah. Some kids in my high school didn't do that, and that made for hilarious stories. Like there was a couple that were at a party.
Oh, see, you're about to do something terrible to me. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Do it to the audience, too.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you guys. I love you more than Anthony loves you.
Said do 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 do.
Wait, you're up here. I love you. I'm sorry about Anthony.
I
He's
like to tell you
disgusting.
guys stories. So do 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 do. Travel back in time to when I lived in New Jersey. Do 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 do. And then so we were at a party, like boo boo boo, music, dancing, whatever, alcohol, and for whatever reason, these two people decided to have sex at the party. They take a back room and have sex. And
Well, that's normal.
that's normal.
You go to a back room.
Yeah, you go to back
Normal.
room. Normal. Until she's like, hey, put it in my asshole. And he's just like, sure. He does it. Apparently they had lube because it worked. 'Cause there was no pain, no gain. So like they went in, and then like when he gets through, he finishes, he pulls it out, a little piece of poop comes out on the bed, and he just pulls up his pants and screams, "Poopy!" Like he's like just as bad as you are.
Well, that wouldn't happen.
Well, that wouldn't happen.
If that happened to me, I would be like, hey, we need to clean this up and take a shower.
Yeah, he
And then I just wouldn't talk to that girl ever again unless I was in love.
he freaked out. He freaked out. He lost his mind. It might have been the alcohol, it might have been whatever, but that poor girl got ruined for the rest of life. Rest of high
Don't
school.
blame it on the alcohol.
I'm sorry. All I know is that girl was just like Poopy from now on.
Oh, that's her name?
That was her name for a while.
No.
Yeah, for a while it was Poopy.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to her because I moved. Something similar like that happened. I wouldn't say similar, but something just as bad where some girl got a cum shot in her eyeball. And she had permanent pink eye.
You mean every girl?
No, but because she got permanent pink eye, there's a difference. You don't get permanent pink eye from a cum shot.
Permanent?
Permanent, like her eye was still red. Like it'd be like weeks after that happened. Like everybody knew about it. Like it was a common thing. They're like, yeah. She's like, yeah, that's what happened. She said it. Like, yeah, that's what happened. And it was just still pink.
Did she have chlamydia in her eye?
I don't know what it was. I just assumed it was pink eye.
Because that can happen.
That can happen. Is that? Oh man, I'm making my eyes hurt.
Look it up on the internet.
All right, chlamydia.
Chlamydia found in eyes. Common. You're going to get your eyes clapped up, dog. Maybe that's what happened to her. Maybe she was clapped up in the eye.
Maybe. Let's see. Chlamydia.
I'm not a doctor, but I know a couple things.
Chlamydia and eye symptoms. Ah, maybe that's what it was. No, this maybe.
Dr. Keeves.
Maybe. Ooh, that hurts my eyeballs looking at this. So I'm still gonna keep looking, making me cry a little bit.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah, poor girl.
I mean, sex when you're a kid is dicey.
It is.
It's better that you stick to the basics. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I think when you're a kid, you're supposed to find out who you like.
Yeah.
Not necessarily what yet.
Yeah.
Like who.
Like, do you like boys, girls,
And then
or whatever?
you try to work on very basic techniques.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, like, you learn how to smooch.
Yeah.
You learn that you don't just honk boobs.
Mm-hmm.
And you learn that you don't just, like, jab your finger at a vagina. That's what you learn when you're a kid.
Yes. A normal kid.
And if you have the opportunity to stick it inside a woman,
Yeah.
then you might start to develop your stroke,
There you go.
if you will.
Yeah.
Because everyone has their own.
Right.
Some of it's borrowed. Part of my stroke is borrowed.
You s-
Thanks, Nacho.
Yeah, let's
I had a private lesson with Nacho Vidal that he didn't know about. Like, I watched a Nacho Vidal movie and I was like, oh, that's a rewind. I could do that.
He's like, I've seen this.
I was like, ah.
I've seen enough.
It's like Kobe Bryant watching footage, just backing it up like.
I could do better there.
Like when you see greatness, you're
Yeah.
supposed to emulate greatness.
Exactly. So he's like, I see.
Even
that.
if it's like spurned on by psychosis and cocaine, it's still greatness wrapped up in that psychotic blown up package.
Of course. So understandable.
But yeah, like, and then when you get older, I think you're supposed to start to figure out what you like. But like, there's no need to be having butt sex in high school. And I'm not trying to be like
dad, like, hey,
Yeah.
you can't do that, guys. No, it's more like
I just don't think it's a good idea.
It's not
You're
necessary.
too stupid to do something that's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, you might get fucking a UTI infection in your dick hole.
Ah, you're gonna get those anyway. What I'm really saying is like, I'm serious. Like,
Yeah, a pepper seed in your dick hole.
I'm thinking about things like tearing.
Yeah,
Like, kids are reckless and stupid.
I agree.
And so, like, you want to be cautious. That's a very tender area.
Yeah,
So, like, yeah, you should smooch,
smooch.
work on your hand game,
Yeah,
and pray that you get to practice your stroke a couple times with someone who decides it's okay to do with you.
yeah, and also don't fall for.
And
the-
girls, high school is the time
Mhm.
not to, like, lose your virginity. Like, if you want to do that, do that. It's the time to master hand jobs and blowjobs.
There you go. Heard it here first.
Like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm
Tips.
serious in a way.
Tips and tricks.
Like, or you can edit it and make it's college, but whatever.
I'm leaving it.
No,
as is.
I'm kidding. That's what you should do.
Right.
You should spend that time, if you are so inclined to become a sexual being with people who are appropriate for you. You should work on your hand job game and your blow job game because they'll take you very, very far in this life. They'll take you very, very far. In terms of sex, if you are enthusiastic, most men can carry you through that experience.
That's
What
true.
they can't do is properly articulate how to jerk them off or how to blow them. They will struggle with that and they will judge you based upon your ability to do it well. They will not communicate to you what you need to do to make it better. They will assume that you can do it well, and when you do it poorly, they'll be disappointed and they'll treat you as if they are disappointed. Am I wrong?
I think I vocally tried to express that.
I vocally try to express it too. Do you think that's common?
No, I don't think it's very.
It's
common.
more like, I'm getting this head, I'm getting this head, I'm getting this head. Then you tell your homie, man, her head's trash. Like, you don't tell her anything.
I'm very vocal. I'm like, teeth.
Well, that's different. That's an alarm.
It's like use your tongue more lips, a little bit more spit. It's a little. You drink some
Like
water.
these.
Drink some.
Anthony!
Drink some water.
Anthony's making me uncomfortable.
We need you to hydrate. Get some Gatorade.
Yeah, get some Gatorade. Yeah, stay hydrated in the streets.
There you go.
Stay hydrated out here.
Yeah, I've had some very interesting conversations during sex. Like
Conversations.
yeah, I'm like, you look like your brother.
That's rude.
It's so rude. It's like, hey, you got some man shoulders on you. Like, you just say things that come. Like the thing is, I have a problem when I open my mouth when I'm like, when I think it like comes into my head immediately. It's like, hey, like, yeah, man, you got like a weird butt. You never know. You got like an old lady
What's
butt.
wrong with you?
It's probably dad. It's like a lot of my dad in me, where he's just like him and my brother. They just say what's wrong and they don't care.
No, I don't do that.
I know. You just have to be around it though. Like if you see it, you'd be like I told you, my brother's.
It's constantly like some form of sincere affirmation,
Mm-hmm.
some form of playful degradation.
Yes.
That's my strategy.
Yes, you
For
were.
the most part.
You were raised.
It's like rise, drop,
I think-
rise, drop. It's the roller coaster effect.
Yeah. For your male figures, you had very reasonable people that just did the right thing normally. Other people were just like, you know what? Getting kind of fat. So hey man, so just look at these biceps. Like it's just like muscles and just insults. It's like look at these biceps. Look, come on. You remember to take off his shirt, take off his pants. Look.
Shut up.
Yeah, he would. He's
Wait, you're shooting here?
Yeah, I'm serious.
He would take off his shirt and be like, "Fucking look at me right now."
Yes. He.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like he does this all the time. He's like, look at these arms, look at my legs. Like, he just
Was he actually jacked?
Yeah, he's actually jacked.
Okay.
Yeah, like he's like 21. He still does that.
Because I used to know a dude who would say that he was good looking and shit.
Yeah.
And you'd be like,
What's wrong with it? No.
like, you're a fat, ugly dude. Like, what are you talking about here? Like, no, I got muscles. I'm
No, my brother's like the perfect.
Uh,
Yeah, no, my brother's like the perfect height. He's like 5'10". He's got like
That's not the perfect height.
it's the perfect height for like if you want to be like not intimidating, but you can get like a wider range of women based off of like the initial look.
Respect.
Yeah,
As a person who is tiny in stature.
yeah, like
Yeah.
and so like and then he is like his hair turns light brown in the summer just because of the sun. So he's just
Oh.
yeah, so he's just like killing
He
it.
one of them Negroes.
And then but then he's a complete asshole too.
Light skinned Negroes.
Yeah, but he's just like
Sure, light ass hair. You have light eyes too.
yeah, he does.
Fuck this motherfucker.
Yeah. But, and he just like he does it. He's like, hey man, I'm about to do the light skin look. He just like does
Yeah.
it. He does it mockingly though. He doesn't do it like he means it. He's like, watch.
Big J's good on those memes like like this is how light skinned niggas clean their wallet out. And it'll just be like some dude like licking somebody's asshole or something like like light skinned niggas.
Yeah, but
There's a lot of people who hate light skinned dudes.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's understandable. Just
They
cut-
see us as like all of us want to be El DeBarge or Prince.
yeah, We're just
Like
white.
there's something that they equate with light skinned dudes with like femininity.
yeah. It's like that, and that also they're just like too close to being white. It's like you're a traitor.
In some way.
Yeah, some way people think of us as traitors.
See, but are we light skinned?
You're not light skinned. I'm light skinned.
So you're lighter than me?
I'm lighter than you for sure.
Cool.
The paper bag test is like inconclusive.
Big J did say it was inconclusive.
Yeah. So
I mean, I didn't want to be light skinned,
if you're
which
inconclusive,
is hilarious.
then I
Because
feel.
I think when I was a kid, if you called me dark skinned, and I can't explain exactly why.
Yeah.
If I were 7 and you called me dark skinned, I think we might fight.
Yeah.
I think we might have fought.
It's understandable.
No, it's not.
It is. How many dark skinned people did you know that were attractive?
Well, you've got to consider that there's that warped perception. Because if
Right.
you pull up dark skinned models right now,
Right, it's different. But like, how many people did you know that were like dark skinned and attractive? Because I knew 0.
but it was my perception at the time that dark skinned people weren't as good as light skinned people. I thought that. Now, my dad's dark skinned.
Yeah.
My mom's light skinned.
Yeah.
But I never thought that my dad was inferior to my mother in any way.
Right.
But his features are kind of like symmetrical.
Mm-hmm.
Like my father is not a bad looking human being,
Right.
right? But in my school, some of those genetics from the projects
Mm-hmm.
and the plantation were prevalent, and most prevalent in the darkest students.
Yeah.
So if I look over and Bianca looked like she could have been cast in Planet of the Apes, and I'm 6 or 7, I might start to be like, and Bianca, she's in the red reading group and shit.
Yeah.
She's over there saying light-skinned and looked-ed.
And you're in the green.
Her go to the store.
Or go to the store.
No, she goes to the store, Bianca.
That's not.
God damn it, Bianca.
That's not what he said at my house.
So then you start to associate. You start to recognize patterns and make assumptions. And so all of a sudden, anyone that looks like Bianca is as dumb as Bianca.
Mm.
And if they share any of the attributes that she has,
Yeah.
then I'm going to think of you as something inferior.
That's interesting.
I'm just talking out loud here.
No, I mean, because I'm trying to think. I'm like trying to think of my own reason of why I like had like this weird thing for dark skinned women, and not for men. It was just for women. It's because they were.
That you liked them or didn't like
I
them?
didn't like them because all of them were fat. Like because
Okay, weight is a factor.
Yeah.
Weight is a factor.
But like for me, it's different because it's like my dad is like, you're fat, you're a loser. Like in my dad's mind, so like that became part of my mindset.
Well, he's not entirely wrong.
Right, but it's not also the best judge. It's not also like the first.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
But he's not entirely wrong. Like, it does tell you certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have certain standards that need adjusting.
Yeah.
No matter what the reason is. Like, you're fucking up somewhere, and you don't care enough about how much you're fucking up. And that's so prevalent among black people.
Mm-hmm.
I almost said something fucking stupid that everyone else says.
What?
In the black community.
In the black community.
Which is a myth.
It's a myth because we don't like each other.
It's not that we don't like each other. It's like
The only time we support each other is when somebody else is trying to step on us.
it's not even that. It's like the idea of there being a black community, in my opinion, is a sick idea that leads us towards nothing. We don't need separate communities. Like, see, here's why people think I'm a fucking right-wing sociopath and shit. Like,
get your comments ready.
I could easily tell you that multiculturalism and if I define that by like, you can have your culture and you can have your culture, you can have your culture, you can have your culture, things like the idea of we can all just coexist with our different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
I do not believe in the sustainability of that. And so think about it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take it in the microcosm of jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
I take a Valente brother black belt
Yeah.
who just only does Elio Gracie's jiu-jitsu, including all the self-defense techniques, and they study them deeply and hard and work every day on them.
Yeah.
A 10th planet black belt,
Yeah.
an MMA fighter who's a black belt in jiu-jitsu,
Mm-hmm.
a college wrestler who's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and I say, you guys make a school together.
Mm.
Do you think that school's going to succeed as a whole? Or do you think it's more likely that each of those guys on a timeline, no matter how much they fucking love each other, will do their own thing?
Eventually they'll leave.
So guess what?
Yes.
Your country's the same way.
Yeah.
And if you come to a new place and try to keep your old shit, it's going to fall apart. It's not made to last. Now, if those same 4 people with those same backgrounds decided, you know what we have in common? These 7 things.
Mm-hmm.
We all value this. Let's stop focusing on these other things. Let's come together under these things that we agree upon. That not that we've said we agree, that we actually believe in together. There's only 7 of them, and that's a random number.
Right.
There's only 7 of them. But we're not allowed to insist on anything from our old ideology. We only insist upon these 7 fucking things. I think those guys have a chance. But, you can, on your day, you show it your way. And on my day, I'm going to show it my way. That's not going to fucking work.
Yeah. Somebody's going to resent somebody, or somebody's going to be like, this is better than that guy.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And people want to have it both ways. Well, you can't.
I wish you could.
Why?
Because I want to know. I want to know it all.
No, I'm serious.
No, I'm serious too. Like I wish like people could just like, because from what I'm gathering is that like we can't have all these people that have like these same like rudimentary like thinking like, hey, like Rubber Guard's the best guard ever, or Elio Gracie's the best jiu-jitsu ever.
Yes.
Or jiu-jitsu for MMA is the best jiu-jitsu ever. Because
Yes.
yeah. Like, I wish those people could just be like that, but also be like, I see your point, and just like nod their head. Just for, I want to see the experiments. I want to see.
I've been like all of those things.
Yeah.
That's why I understand the fruitlessness of committing to one path. Commit to what's in common. That's the best thing to do. That would make America great again.
Oh, triggered.
It would. And like now I'm just fucking with the phrase.
Right.
America isn't a place. It's a fucking idea.
Yeah.
It is also a place. When people were like, well, America never was great because there was slavery. And there was Jim Crow.
Look at you. Well, you guys are athletes now. You're welcome. Also,
It's not even that.
sometimes like bad shit has to happen for good things to happen. So it's part.
It's not even that. It's that that's not a part of your actual experience. And instead of focusing on your grandfather's injustice, you should probably figure out what's happening in your day tomorrow morning. And how that morning is going to bring you closer to what you really want out of life. Instead of complaining about what happened to your grandfather's grandfather. And that doesn't mean that what happened to him isn't tragic and fucking wrong. It doesn't mean like, oh, just let it go. I didn't say shit about letting anything go. But don't you have shit to do? And if you don't, you need to find something to do. It's that idle time that lets you fucking get resentful. It's when you're sitting around doing nothing with your homies that you're like, you know what? Fuck Bill down the street. When you're underneath the fucking weight on your shoulders, on that squat rack.
Yeah. What are you thinking about?
That weight.
It's like, fuck, this shit's heavy.
You don't have time to think about how Bill sucks. Bill might suck. Guess what? No one fucking cares. No one cares that Bill sucks. If Bill's winning and Bill sucks, then good for Bill.
Yeah.
Don't you have shit to do?
Don't you?
Shouldn't you be thinking about you?
Don't you want to be like Bill? Just not the sucky part.
And man, I swear to God, like, I was looking outside myself so much, like, for validation. I looked outside myself. Like, I wanted recognition from people. I was looking outside myself, man, and like, that's really over with. And it feels really good. I strongly recommend it. Like, there are people that I love still, but their opinions of me, or my perception of that opinion, was holding me down and holding me back from attempting to try to become more. Since I started seeing the value of hard work, like, I made a post about this kind of today.
Facebook or Instagram?
Both. It's like, it just drives me nuts when people are like, oh, Jordan Peterson and Jocko Willink, they're like, get up and try hard and, you know, fucking make your bed and clean your room. Yeah, I learned that when I was 6. And it's like, yeah, good. Some of us fucking didn't. And I think when I post things about like my workouts and like just my general opinion about life right now, I think there are those who think that I'm bragging or trying to show off. It is literally the fucking opposite of that. What I am doing is nothing to be proud of. I'm teaching myself lessons I should have learned when I was 6 years old. I should have internalized this 30 fucking years ago, and I haven't lost sight of that. Like, I'm not a huge fan of me. And people that don't know me don't understand that. If you promote yourself, if you like say, this is what I'm doing right now, then people think that you're trying to pull your dick out and show off your dick.
Yeah.
That's not it. I'm trying to show you my Achilles heel. I'm trying to show you that at 37 years old, I'm showing you that I am now just starting to appreciate and understand the value of hard work and of keeping your word. Things that you learned when you were a child because you were either smart enough and intuitive enough to realize that they will be important ideas later on, or you had parents who are good at instilling that in you and you listened. Not all of us had that. Not all of us had the ability to even do it at 37. And that's who I'm talking to. So if you're wondering like, why is he posting this again? I'm not fucking talking to you. You selfish cunt. Like, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to somebody like me. I'm talking to somebody who does weak shit. And it robs them of how fucking powerful they are. All of us that have potential. I'm talking to us. You guys who are doing things and you're happy with your life, if you follow my content, if I'm not talking about a jiu-jitsu technique, turn it the fuck off. Because 90% of the shit that I'm saying, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to anybody who's like it's like I'm a blue belt and I'm trying to make sure that the white belts are going to get their blue belts too. That's what it is. It's like, yo, dear fuck up. Start trying. Because if you do, magical shit starts to happen. And then snakes come out. And they try to be like, you gotta stop having all this magical shit. You're a piece of shit. And you're like, I already know that. I got the memo. I wrote the memo myself. Fuck you. I'm not gonna change. Not this time. Some of us need that. I'm sorry if it bores you. But some of us fucking need it. And getting it from a guy like Jocko, Jocko's a fucking black belt at being a human being.
Yeah.
At doing what he said he was going to do. And he wasn't born that way. He made himself that way. He might give himself a different belt. But man, I'm like a 4-stripe white belt. I'm about to test for this blue. I have miles and miles and miles to go. Ain't nobody showing off over here. Nobody's saying they're going to do anything grand over here. I just know what everybody who's known me for the last 15 years knows. If that guy got his shit together, watch out. Guess what, cunts? I got a little stronger. I'm starting to feel like I can get my shit together. And I think that if people like me started doing the same shit, a lot of you motherfuckers who are comfortable right now would be on a spit and we'd be roasting you over a fire. Your bitterness is probably about your actual knowledge of your own helplessness. You see me and men like me coming now. The broken kids are getting fixed. We're strong as fuck. It's like when a fat person loses weight and you realize how strong they are.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They've been carrying around all this extra shit.
See them calves.
There's a lot of monsters just like me with clean rooms. We're taking your heads. Be ready. We will be. I'm done podcasting. I'm out.
You done?
Yeah,
All right.
it's over.
See you guys.